In this video, you're going to learn how to catch momentum trades by using the Stochastic Oscillator. So sit back, take some notes, and let's get into it. Welcome back everybody to the channel, and in this video we're going to show you how one indicator can be utilized to give yourself a trading edge and catch momentum trades. Now imagine there's an indicator out there where you can actually combine the RSI and the MACD to give yourself the same result. Well, in this video we're going to show you just what's close enough to that actually does exist. But before we do, don't forget to like this video, share, and subscribe. It really helps us grow this channel and helps us understand what kind of content you want to see as a trader. And remember that we have a Discord you can join in real time. The link is in the description below, where you can trade with us, talk with us, and figure out, hey, what are you getting in and why are you getting in that trade? Now, the indicator right now that we're going to talk about is the Stochastic Oscillator, which is a momentum indicator to utilize when we want to see a big move to the upside or maybe a fall from a huge rally. But we need to know when exactly to get in and how to use this tool. Remember, in every video that we teach, indicators are powerful tools, but if you try to use a screwdriver when you need a hammer, you're not going to build anything successful. Alright, so let's show you how to actually use this tool by going over to Thinkorswim right here. So if you want to actually access this tool, what we're going to do is go to Studies. I already have it pulled up right here. We're going to go to Edit Studies, and we're going to type in Stochastic Full, which is right here. So STOCH, let's see, Stochastic Full, which is this one right here. I already double clicked to get this one, and then we're going to go ahead and apply that, and then you'll see it pulled up here. Now, remember what we always talk about. The most powerful tool out there are support and resistance lines. Those are supply and demand zones. So we always want to draw those first, but let's go a little bit farther back and go to the year-to-date chart. So ignore this fill that I have for Palantir right now. This is where I actually have a position to sell some that I got in at $20 a share. But let's go to our draw lines. So first thing we want to do is identify some major support zones, which we have right here. If I can get that drawn. And then we have one right here. And I think that's a great place to put it. Alright, so we have a consolidation point where the stock has been trading between $25 and $20 a share. And if we go down to the smaller term time frame, actually, let's use this time frame here. So, our Stochastic Oscillator right here, we have two lines. You have this blue line, which represents the overbought and oversold zones. Then you have these diverging moving averages that actually identify crosses and points in the market, to where if you look at a MACD, you want to buy or sell based on those crosses. But you only want to buy and sell whenever those crosses happen below that bottom blue line right here, okay? So you want to look for buy points, and let's see just how the market reacted off these buy points. So we don't really have a cross on the day chart anywhere except for right here. And you can see back right here when this triggered, we actually did run the next few months from $16 a share all the way up to, well, we had a cross to the downside right here indicating you should be looking to get out because we're losing momentum. We could have got out roughly around $25 a share. So this just shows you how powerful of a tool this can be when applied in the right aspects. If you can see right here, back in the day, we actually had a cross right here where the price was trading around $15 a share, and it immediately went up to $16, eventually $18, right until we had this cross happen again. And this is really close to that top line, so that may be a conservative point to get out. So that's another, what, $3 a share you could have made on this stock by only holding a few months. And honestly, making returns like that, that's how you win the game, guys. And what we want to really look at is a shorter term time frame. We want to catch shorter term momentum, because remember, guys, momentum doesn't happen over a long period of time. Momentum's only going to happen a little bit at a time. 20-day 1-hour charts are beautiful for momentum trades because it shows us how to really capture short moves really quickly. A great example is exactly what happened right here on Palantir. It's really close to see right here. Right on our support zone, we had a cross on the Stochastic Oscillator. This red line crossed the purple line, and the oversold territory to where we should have loaded the boat, and right after we had a big pop to the upside, we went from $20.50 all the way up to $22 right now, really going towards that $23 mark. Can you see when I got in on the trade? I got in right here. The reason I got in right here, my lines were starting to cross below the blue line right here. We were at the support zone. I anticipated the cross, and pre-market the cross happened, which we had a pop to the upside. Now, usually you want to wait for this cross to happen. However, Palantir did have great earnings, so I was excited to get in on this trade. You could have got in right here as well at $21.50. And you can see right now you've been breaking even to the upside, and looks like you would have been holding all the way up to $23. You can actually see this go to $25 in the short-term frame. But remember, we want to catch quick momentum trades. Again, it happened back here. We were at our support line. Price was at our support. We had a cross, and we ran up. You see where we started to cross again right here, pre-market. Then we really crossed again right here. So you could have got out around the $22 mark and made a quick $2 a share, or what we call a 10% swing trade. A 10% trade in 2 days, guys. That's how easy it is sometimes whenever you're patient and waiting for the right setups. Now, let's use a different stock just to see that it can work with anything. So let's look at Walmart, okay? I'm just going to pick Walmart. Walmart 20-day 1-hour chart. First thing I want to do, I want to go to my year-to-date chart and identify some major support zones. So we see some support right here. And then I would argue that this is a resistance zone right here because we touched 1, 2, popped up a little bit, but 3 times. All right, so we identified our zones. Now let's go to the 20-day 1-hour chart and see exactly how it works. What I encourage you to do is anytime you draw these lines, you need to tighten them up a little bit. That's fine, because you could argue that this is going to be a resistance zone, the $60.80 mark. But let's look at the chart. All right, price broke below the support zone here. We got a cross, but we shouldn't have took this trade because technically it was above the blue line. This one, however, price hit the support zone pre-market, and we got our cross, and it went from $59 all the way up to $60.40. Walmart doesn't move very volatilely, okay? So remember, momentum is going to work better on more volatile stocks. The more conservative stocks, you're not going to see as big of momentum swings. So utilize this oscillator whenever you have a volatile stock. But you can see it still works with more conservative stocks. So right here, Walmart, we had a support zone right here, because if you look at this line, you can say that was resistance. We had a support zone right here, had the cross, and right there it ran up from $60.20 to all the way to $61.35. You probably would have got out at $60.60 because we had this cross right here, indicating this little spike up in 1 day, which is still a great trade. So let me think of another volatile stock that trades pretty crazy. Let's look at, let me think. Lyft. All right, I think Lyft's pretty volatile. Yeah, all right, so Lyft has some good swings up and down, but let's go to the year-to-date chart to really see. Yeah, so this is the chart you want to see because you have a lot of big moves up, big moves down. That way you can really identify where is the momentum for you. So, drawing tools. Drawing that line there, that's a rough estimate on support zone. Resistance zone looks like we're probably right here. I would argue we're here. So we have a channel that we're trading in. Now we want to see how this stock reacted based on the oscillator. So remember, we want to wait for price to get to touch. We wouldn't have traded this because the cross is here. Wouldn't have traded this because the cross is here. We would have considered this as a trade because we broke down. And remember, we're rough estimate. Really, your support zone could be down here. But we had a cross under the oscillator, but it was a little too far below, so we probably would have missed out on this trade here to the upside. But you can see just how powerful momentum indicators are because we had a trigger on the momentum side saying this is a time for a buy. Looks like we're going to some buying momentum here. And as you can see, it ran up hard. Right here, technically you do have a line here after you analyze it again because we had some resistance right here. We broke through and came back and back tested that line. And we had a cross happen right at that line, so we probably would have missed out on this one again. And that just shows you that every stock is not going to line up perfectly with an oscillator. However, what you can do is you can utilize a tool that will show you how powerful indicators are with different stocks based on that stock's performance over the past 2 years, 3 years, however you want to set your settings to. A tool like that is coming out in TradeUI soon. We're going to be able to give a discounted price to anyone that signs up to TradeUI now using that 10% off code below. That way you can get it on the beta version and get a cheaper rate than the people later down the pipeline will have to pay for once it's been finalized. But guys, at the end of the day, we want to show you different indicators that give yourself a trading edge, and we have those tools. Check out all the other videos we have on the TradeUI channel to learn more about technical analysis and how you can utilize that to give yourself a trading edge. But until then, guys, we're going to end the video here, and I hope you have a great day.